Guys, welcome back. This is week 6 of the Miles Apart podcast with your host, Cledwin, which is myself, and my co-host, Amira.
Hello.
What's the topics you...
The first being, we'd like to invite you into the Church of God.
Huh?
So you have to cut this bit.
You're making my...
You're making my... Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ?
You're making my editing job so much harder. Do you know what? Last week's was actually really good. I didn't have to edit it at all. I just had to trim like the first part and the end part, and that was it.
Yeah, I know. There were certain bits that I wish you had edited out, but it's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well. We're it's an unfiltered podcast. So I probably shouldn't edit this bit out.
No, I don't. No, whatever. Yeah, if you want. I don't care.
Okay, it's fine. Look, it's a special day today. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day.
We got each other some last minute gifts. Initially, I actually didn't want to do Valentine's because we're like, normally we're together with Valentine's Day and we go out for a meal or buy each other something or whatever it is. But this year, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. Probably just like COVID and stuff, just making everyone depressed. And I was like, nah, screw Valentine's, we don't need it.
Yeah, and I was really upset about that.
Yeah, so last minute, maybe like,
I had a whole thing planned.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's buy each other some presents. And then Amino got annoyed at me for doing it last minute. So we got into a bit of an argument about that. But regardless, I bought.
We didn't argue.
You were just a bit annoyed, weren't you?
Being stubborn.
But yeah, it was very last minute of me. So I should have just gone through with it. But oh well. Anyway. I bought you a present.
Anyway, it's here. We got each other stuff.
Yeah.
Yours is here. Mine is still in the post, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I got
But it's okay.
I bought Mia some flowers.
They're not just flowers, they're like the nicest flowers I have ever received in my life.
Yeah. The roses. Do you know what?
They smell amazing.
I didn't want
to... I've never smelled flowers like that strong, but they smell lovely. Like genuinely so nice.
Yeah, I didn't want to get like just normal flowers. So I bought you some like intra-flora ones, which look really nice on the website. That's the only reason. Normally, if you go to buy flowers somewhere, you obviously go in person. So buying them online, you want to see like really good ones. So I was just like, yeah, they look legit. So bought you those.
The thing is, the place that you picked on Interflora. So like, I didn't know this, but it's like basically it's kind of like Deliveroo, isn't it? Like it's a platform for like loads of different florists.
Yeah, but these are like authenticated florists. Like they're good ones. Yeah.
And the florist that you picked or whatever is like the florist that like everyone here goes to. It's like such good.
Yeah, flowers.
Like it's really good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, that was good.
But yeah, it was so cute too.
Yeah. So I got
especially the little card, the little message.
Oh my god, that's so funny. So I've been watching. I watched the Sidemen Tinder video this week, and oh my god, I was laughing my head off with some of like their pickup lines and stuff. So there was one like Muslim pickup line in there, which Hattie said, and it was like, I forgot it. It was like, when I first saw you, I said mashallah, and then now I said, or after I said inshallah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what it was? Like something along those lines, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what it means, Amira?
Oh, how to translate it exactly?
So mashallah is like
it's like you're praising something.
Yeah, like you're praying for something to get something, right?
Like So if you say, "Oh my God, you look so pretty," you would follow that up with like mashallah or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if you say, "Oh, I really want to go on holiday to Jamaica one day," you would say inshallah, which is like God willing.
Okay. Wait, surely it's the other way around. Surely you should say the other way around. Like I prayed for something like that. Now I got it. Or...
No, because what you're saying is, when I first saw you, I said mashallah, and then what that means is it's kind of like it's a way that you would express like appreciation for something or someone, or like
okay.
So like if you pass your exams,
okay.
Say, like,
I got you.
And then now you're saying inshallah, so it's like, yeah.
What? Go say it. What? Say it.
It's just like, it literally means God willing. So
okay.
like you want something to happen or you want something to be yours.
Oh, got you. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Like funny pickup lines, man. Oh, like.
Yeah, we were going through Sidemen. What was it?
Oh, the side.
What was the video
It
called?
was called Sidemen being Muslim for
Being
5
Muslim.
minutes.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing. And I had never heard them, apart from Harry, I've never heard them say any of the stuff they were saying.
It's funny
But it's the
because
fact that KSI just continuously says all these things.
Astrafallah. Yeah, he always says that. It's so
It's
funny.
so funny.
You don't realise
Do you
how
know
much they
what? It's
say
actually
it.
really, really nice that
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
because they have loads of, like, as I said, Muslim friends and stuff within their friend group, and I think it's passed about. You know what I mean? Like when you're around someone for so long, like some of their phrases
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, what have you been up to in the past 2 weeks? I guess you haven't done this.
I actually don't know.
Anything interesting?
Have I done anything interesting?
I don't know.
So the first one is there's this book that got recommended to me, and it's actually quite a famous book, and it's called, people probably heard it to be honest, Men are from Mars and Women are from Venus. Basically it talks about how men are so different to women and how they deal with things and how they communicate and how they deal with like stress or whatever. And I think it's quite funny because as I'm reading this book, I'm just like, oh my god, you do that, and you do this, and that, and then I'm like, that makes sense why that happens, and that's why he does this, and that's why, like, so if you're like stressed or whatever, now I understand why you act the way you act.
Do you know what it is? I feel as though that book's kind of like just like a therapist, or someone.
Well,
it's someone like, look. Sometimes it's better to speak to someone about like your stuff. Like if you have a close friend or whatever, if you speak to them, you'll get an idea whether or not you've done something right or you've done something wrong, right? So I think it's another voice of judgment or whatever. But I feel as though this book is very much correlating to a lot of stuff that couples do, and you can then read it and go, oh my god, that is. If it's in a book, I feel though sometimes it's like voices of a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And especially if it's like a bestseller or whatever it is, then it's like resonates with a lot of people. So yeah, I feel though just when some of the stuff that you told me about that book, it's very correlating to stuff we do.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like it, like I was talking about stuff that like you do, and then I was laughing at stuff that I do that's literally in the book, and I was like, lol, like it's just funny how it gets everything kind of right. It's what I also noticed, I feel as though I'm not very far into the book, to be honest, because I feel like it's a book that I would have to read slowly to actually understand it, because it's a lot to do with, I think, psychology. What I've noticed is like it seems to basically be a book, rather than you going like to research all this psychology stuff yourself and find out things, it basically just brings it all in one place, and it makes it really easy to read and really easy to understand, and it's just like there's actually nothing wrong with the way you're acting or that person, I mean there could be that, and that could be other issues, but the way that like they express how they feel or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. That's completely normal for men or for girls to do things a specific way. Yeah, it just I don't know where I was going with this, but it just basically makes everything be like, or seem like, normal. Yeah. I don't know how else to explain it.
Do you want to just go through some of the stuff in that book?
Yeah, I'll go through this funny stuff that I think we could talk about. So we've already talked about like some of the stuff. I'll go over the stuff that we haven't talked about yet. Yeah,
go for it. And go over the stuff that we've spoken about as well. I feel as though that's...
Okay, so I've just finished chapter 3. So as I said, I'm not going through it a lot. But it basically says, the main thing in this chapter is talking about how when like a guy is upset, it talks about how a girl will basically try to sort of intervene and like try and fix everything, and kind of that gets on the guy's nerves, and that makes him feel as though, what are you doing? You're like in my space. Or it sort of explains that girls that are with a guy or like see potential in a guy or whatever, they tend to be they don't mean to be, but it's how they express how they feel and how, like, if they love that person, they tend to be very hands-on, and the guy can sometimes feel as though she's trying to change him because of like things that she'll say, which are from a good place, like suggestions that she's making, like, oh, listen to this, or oh, you could do that like this way, or I found something that could make it easier for you, or this might be a better way for you to, like, that sort of stuff. And guys tend to not like that, and they tend to resist that kind of hands-on way that women work or things that women say, and it does make them feel like she's trying to actually change who he is, which I think is something that we've probably experienced.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and then it talks about on the other side, it talks about how so basically going on from that, it talks about how a guy like appreciates that as long as he asks for it. Otherwise, if it's not asked for, then don't give me any of this.
Yeah, advice and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then it also talks about how if how a guy would deal with something, the same thing but in a very different way, and it would be, so say I like came home and I'm just like talking to you about all of my problems, and I'm not exactly looking for a solution to a problem. I'm just looking to like speak about stuff and like lessen the burden that how it feels, or just trying to feel better about it and express what went on in that day. Whereas if a guy was to do that, they would just be like, oh, okay, she's coming and talking about problems, so she needs a sort of solution to that problem, because guys are very solution orientated, whereas females are very much emotionally driven. So what girls don't like that guys do is that he'll just offer solutions to all of these problems, especially when she's upset, because then it makes her feel like he just doesn't care. And that he's not actually listening to her. So that was a really, really common thing. And I think that that's something that I've probably said to you, is that I'm not looking for a solution to this, I'm just speaking about it. Like, you're not listening to me because you're actually trying to bring me solutions, but I don't want solutions, and then it makes me feel like, why is he not understanding where I'm coming from? But it's because like we don't actually understand how we both communicate.
Yeah, it's weird because like
it makes it feel very universal. That's the thing, this book just makes it feel very universal. Like, actually this is a thing, like men literally are from Mars, if you want to say that, and women actually are from Venus. Like, they come from two totally different worlds in the way that they do things and how they think and how they express how they feel.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with, especially with like the solution based stuff for men. Especially for me, it's like very much like being an engineer and stuff. You look for solutions in your day-to-day job or whatever. So coming home is like normally the case. Is like, okay, I need to find a solution for this. But sometimes you just need to realize that it's not always about solution based. Like, looking at emotional side of things is very key as well. So yeah, definitely, it's a learning curve for. Definitely reading that book together as a couple and stuff like that is definitely good for your relationship and understanding the different sex. And yeah,
this is something that I think you do though. Like, if you're stressed or whatever, you'll just sort of be in your own world. You won't speak about it.
Yeah, but that's men in general. I feel as though like you rather keep your emotions to yourself and, I don't know, create your own bubble, I guess, rather than sharing it out too much.
Yeah, and then that's like, I think from reading this, I'm a wee bit better at understanding that.
Yeah.
Do you not think?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, because before, like, I didn't understand that, and I would keep pushing you to tell me when something was wrong, because I could, if we were, like, on FaceTime or whatever, I could see in your face or whatever that something wasn't right, or you wouldn't say anything, but really all you wanted to do was, like, go and play COD or something and forget about it to, like, de-stress. That's how you de-stress.
Well, no. What do I do to de-stress?
You play COD.
No, what's the main thing I do to de-stress?
Oh, you sleep.
I sleep.
You just sleep to forget your problems, and then after you slept, you're happy.
Yeah, like, literally, me as a person is, I would be stressed about something, so the only thing I do is I go to bed, I sleep for maybe an hour or whatever it is, and I come back, and no joke, I've forgotten about the whole situation, I've forgotten about everything, and I'm back normal. So I'll come back and I'll speak to Amira and be like, oh, how's your day going? And she's still pissed about whatever it was. So like I'm done. I'm done being angry because I've just slept. I'm good.
Yeah. Whereas like I couldn't understand that before. Yeah. Like I knew that that's what you did, but at the same time when it happened so much, you're just like, why does he keep ignoring me? Like, I'm just trying to like offer some help.
Yeah.
Why does he just want to go to sleep? What have I done? So then I start to like turn it on myself, and I'm like, have I said something that's upsetting? But it's literally just you're stressed or upset about something, or.
And look, the COD thing and the FIFA thing, the gaming part aspect of it is like boys do want to get away in like another world in a way,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of like,
And like you're
yeah.
around your friends and stuff, and fair enough, that gives you a bit of joy. But realistically, you're just in a different like space completely, right? Especially with COVID and stuff, you're cooped up in your house quite a long time, and especially if you get into an argument with your girlfriend or whatever, that's the only place you're going to go is your room. So having that space to go somewhere else completely is just a getaway from it. So I think that's the reason a lot of men play like COD, FIFA, whatever it is, because they just want to get away from, because girls share their emotions, boys don't. So they
I think that gets quite a lot for a guy. It gets very overwhelming for a guy.
So they coop it up, and then the way they release it is through playing these games. So
yeah, it definitely talks about how you can communicate better and what you can say better to let the other person feel as though they're being understood as well.
Yeah.
So no, it's a good book, and it's been fun to like. I've actually, there's a few things that I've like. I don't know if I've sent them to you or like just called you after I've read it and I've been like, oh my god, this is us, like listen to it, and it's actually had me like laughing.
Yeah.
Like I read it, honestly, like I'll be reading it, and it's not a funny book at all, but it will make me laugh so much because I'm like, that's me, that's what I've done, or that's him, that's what he's done. So the next thing that I thought that we could talk about would be something quite funny, just because it's Valentine's Day. Is a few things that I heard in work actually a few weeks ago. I was speaking to one of my colleagues, and she was talking about how I think it was like her friends, or like her friends' friends, someone that she knew basically, had come down from Aberdeen, funnily enough. So definitely where the weirdos are. And basically what they did was it was a couple, so a couple came down to stay with this other couple, which I think were her friends. And they went out for dinner, blah blah blah. And the couple who were visiting, the Aberdeen couple, basically said, look, we're quite tired, I hope you don't mind, but we're just going to head home, right? So they were like, yeah, sure, here's the keys to our place, blah blah, and we'll see you in a wee bit. So her friends were basically sat at the bar or wherever it was that they were, and they were kind of like, do you know what, I feel quite bad that they're visiting and we've just kind of left them, like we could go back and we could just have like a chill night, we could all maybe watch a movie or whatever, because we don't get to see them often, blah blah blah. So they decided to go home, and when they got into their flat, guess what they saw?
What?
I can't believe I'm going to say this on this podcast.
Our viewers are gonna be like, what the hell is going on?
It's the weirdest thing. When my colleague told me this, I was like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I was so shocked. So they walk into their own flat, where their friends from Aberdeen are obviously, staying with them. And so they have a glass table, like a coffee table, a glass coffee table in their living room, and it must be like an open plan type of, I don't know, because when you walk in, it's right there, right? So they see the ghetto. I can't even say that. They see the ghetto under the table, right? And the guy is on top of the table, shitting on, like, basically, essentially on what would be her face, but it's on a glass table. So he's like sat on this glass table shitting on her. And they walk in and they see their friends like doing this weird, like, kinky whatever the hell type thing.
God, what the hell? What is up with these people, man?
And they told them to get out. They sent them home.
Oh my god! Imagine that's like your close friends or something.
That would, honestly.
Mate, obviously that's a deal breaker with your friendships, right? That's it.
Yeah, they don't talk to them anymore. She told me that they do not talk to them anymore.
No wonder. No wonder.
And the thing is that when they tried to explain themselves, they were basically digging themselves into a hole. They were like, oh, we usually do this at home. Like, we didn't expect you to be home, blah blah blah. So apparently this is what they actually do, but they don't do it like with anything in front of their faces. They do it like.
No, madness.
Like they shit in each other's mouths, basically.
Madness. Oh man,
that's disgusting. I feel like I should have put a trigger warning thing at the start of this because this made me
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
vomit.
We'll alert the audience.
How disgusting is that?
That's horrible. That's actually horrible. It's weird to think there's people like that in this world.
I just don't understand how people can have, like, I suppose that's a kink, right? I don't understand how people can have kinks like that. Like, you know how people like feet?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. You know how people suck toes, right?
Oh my god, that's weird as hell, man. Oh. Yeah, what about him?
I'm just saying, it's really weird. What weird people. Like, honestly, how do they enjoy toes? Toes scare me. I really don't like feet. Do you remember, like, you used to have to wear socks around your house?
Yeah.
Because I was scared of feet.
Do you know what? It's weird, right?
I'm scared of my own feet.
As
I don't like them.
Indian thing, we don't tend to wear, like, socks around the house. It's like slippers. But I don't know why people don't wear socks now. I wear socks around the house all the time. I couldn't think of a world now without wearing socks.
Exactly.
And I go to bed with my socks on.
You're basically
like the thing
adopted
is,
my lifestyle.
Yeah, I've turned into you, but before I used to go without my socks, and I used to wake up freezing and all that sort of stuff. And now, just a new world.
Warm.
Yeah, just a new world. But sometimes it does
So
get
good.
a bit. Sometimes it does get a bit warm though, which I do take my socks off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But
and there's nothing better when you're warm and you kick off your socks and you're just like,
they get a bit cool.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
that's good. And it's something
Teach
I call
us
stonks.
one.
Right. So
wait. So did you accidentally type in stonks?
No. It's a meme that's going about.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought you were being funny and it was an inside joke.
No, it's a meme.
Oh, I thought we had an inside joke.
No. It's a meme that's going about the place. It's like the moon, the stonks are going to the moon and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool. The main reason I kind of got into it is massive hype about like AMC and GameStop and all that sort of stuff, which I saw a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sat there being like, there's heaps of people making money here, right? Normal people like you and me, just making money. Why can't I do that, right? Why can't I? Like, I'm quite business. I'm quite business minded and like doing stuff, being productive. So I was like, okay, let's get on to this and let's research. And the one thing I love to do is just research about stuff before getting into it. I hate just putting money in places without knowing what I'm putting it in. So for the past couple of weeks and stuff, I've been doing heaps and heaps of research, like recording like what to go into. And throughout my journey, I've been looking at like books to read and people to gain information from. And so I came across a book called 4 Hour Work Week, right?
Oh yeah.
So I got the audiobook there. You can sign up on Audible and you get a 30-day free thing for one book or whatever. So I got that, just been listening through it, and they talk about quite a lot through that about being efficient, being productive, right? Rather than spending hours and hours researching, studying, whatever it is. Spend a few hours and be productive within that few hours that you can then have the rest of your day to do stuff with family, folk, and stuff like that. So yeah, minimizing your work hours so that you can enjoy life a lot more. Like the Vanguard stuff, which is your what you call it? It's like your long-term investments, right? So you are pretty much putting your money into the economy and betting that the economy is going to do better in a few years' time than where it currently sits at. And most of the time, that is the case, right?
Quite a good way to explain that.
Yeah. So you're pretty much investing your money into the economy, whether or not it's doing well or not. And most of the time it does do well because the economy is increasing every single day because technology increases, the food industry increases, the healthcare industry increases, and so on.
Yeah.
The only time you would lose money is if the world was to literally be in a state like it was when COVID first started, where the economy literally dropped quite a bit. But it only took about 9 months or so for it to then pop back up to where it was.
Fast?
That's really fast.
From what you've learned.
That's really fast. Understanding how banks make money is the best way to go forward, making, like, for you to make money, right? Because banks, well, most of the time banks always tend to give your money back, right? Or they always securely give your money back to you. But the way banks make money is by investing your money into either S&P 500, into like loans and all that sort of stuff. But it's still guaranteed because they know that the economy is always going to be increasing and it's always going to be better, right? So
Okay.
if we can figure out ways that how banks make money, implement that same system with our money, right? Making ourselves the bank, right? And investing our own money, which we would have otherwise put into a bank, right? We actually generate more of an income than what the bank would give us. The bank only gives us 1% back, right? Not even 1%. That's being thing with it. They tend to give us like 0.01 or something. So yeah, we can make up to 10% gains if we were to do our own money management, right? So it's good to learn about these things. So definitely first step, I would say, is look into a Vanguard account, look into stocks, do a bit of research on stocks, do a little bit of research in crypto, right? These are all volatile like forms of income and stuff, but if you manage to master them and if you understand them a bit more, take some time, right? Through COVID and stuff, we've got a lot more time, so taking that time to go through things will help so much down the line. So even for someone starting off like our age, the best time is to start is like a teenager. I wish I'd started this way earlier, right? Way earlier. But it's never too late. I feel as though people like, especially like people think it's too late. Tesla's soared in prices. I can't buy it anymore because it's too expensive. Or Bitcoin's soared in, like I can't buy it anymore. No, you can still buy it. Just understand when's the right time to go and when's the right time to come out. So do that analysis work to understand that. And look,
because think about it. Like what I've learned is that the longer you wait,
yeah, completely.
Like the older you get, and then you could have thought you'll think back and you'll be like, actually, it was not too late to do that.
Yeah,
I'm older now, and I would have benefited from that back then.
And afterwards, but yeah, that's enjoying it at the moment. So let's just see how it goes, and I'll give you a shout when I become a millionaire.
You give me a shout.
I'll give you a shout when I become a millionaire.
Oh, you wish. You wish.
Oh man, but yeah.
I'll give you a shout when I've spent your last million.
No, it's going to a secret account.
Kidding on.
It's got a secret account in Bermuda. I'm making videos, as I said. I still want to make my like content. I still want to make like weekly videos, and that's why I was trying to gather up content today to make a video. I couldn't find any, so I'll probably do like a best of 2020 or something, and just collate loads of clips to merge together. But yeah, I still want to keep up with the YouTube thing because further down the line, really what I want to start is like a blog based YouTube channel, like doing new things and recording like my progress along the way. Like say for instance, like I'll transfer some of my videos of making my first PC or building my first PC to learning how to do stocks or learning how to design your car or doing some SolidWorks tutorials and stuff like that. Just like an educational based blog channel.
Do you find that education is what you really enjoy?
Yeah.
Above everything.
I love teaching. Like I love, like say for instance, right? I've done loads of things that are wrong and like made mistakes along the way. So I want to like help someone not make those same mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
I think you're very good at like giving back as well. I think.
Yeah. So I just want to like help with that sort of stuff. So the YouTube will always stay. Like I still want to. Like in my title I want to have YouTuber, like engineer YouTuber.
Well, you already do have it, so
yeah. So
you're pretty much there.
The difference with me and Amira is Amira gets like weird, funny, like gifts, whereas I'll get her like
the really romantic, like thoughtful.
You can use in your day-to-day life.
Can use and like he gets. Whenever he gets me something, it's something that's like. It's always something that's expensive, like not to be thingy, right? But it is always something that's expensive, and then I'm just kind of like, shit. I bought him like a £10 figurine of a skateboard that he used to use when he was 10.
No. Look, at the end of the day, I still love the thought that goes into it and everything. So that's fine. Like as I said, I'm not about like the value of a present or whatever. Sorry. I like if when you put effort.
I think you quite like expensive gifts.
No, but I like, say for instance, you did a painting or whatever. Like I'd still cherish that more. Which I've asked for so long and I've never got one.
You were gonna bring this up,
right? So, look, I like thought and value in like in a gift rather than just being like, You know, like something that you just bought off a website or whatever.
Definitely.
But look,
Definitely the thought that counts.
at the end of the day, I still like giving gifts rather than receiving. You know that. 100%.
Yeah, you do. I think you're very good at giving gifts. I've never been good at giving gifts. Like, I can never pick gifts for anyone. Doesn't matter if it's my mum, if it's my sister, my dad. I do not know what anyone wants. Like, I just draw a blank. I'm really, really bad at gifts.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's cool. Next year.
Like, for the longest time.
Next year.
Oh God. Well, your birthday's next, so.
Yeah. Oh, I just got a 3D printer as well. Can't wait to use that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
What's going to be the first thing that you 3D print?
Big things coming. I don't know. I just want to. Yeah, I've got heaps of like things lined up that I want to do with my 3D printer and stuff, and a new business that might be coming in 2021, possibly. So yeah, big things to come. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. I'm excited. 2021's got its challenges and exciting things coming up. So yeah, good. All right.
It'll be good.
We'll call it a day.
We will call it a day.
All right, cool. All right, guys.
Wait, I was thinking we could talk about love languages.
Nope. Bye.
Okay.
So.
I'm just gonna pretend that it didn't hurt my feelings.
No, we'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. It's hit an hour already, so it's got a lot of editing anyway.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of editing because of you. Anyways.
Okay, guys. Tune in next week, or possibly the week after, or possibly the week after it. So.
Or possibly next month.
We don't know. We don't know when these are coming out.
Because inconsistency is key.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.